everyone, happy Tuesday. I thought I'd do a quick sit down video because I just want to create content that I love and that I'm talking to the camera, and I feel that lately it's been quite quick and stuffy, and I'm doing lots of immigration talk, which I really want to do because I feel like it's so helpful, especially for people who don't know which route to take. But then I also wanted to create content that is sit down and more behind the scenes. So today is a sit down video. I'm just going to be talking about our move in general. I wanted to give you guys an idea of what our exciting plans are. I'm going to split this video into two parts. I'm going to split it into our plans and number two, how we plan to fund our plans. And the reason I'm splitting it into two is because our plans are changing all the time, and I just wanted to give an overview, and then I want to sit down and do a video about how we plan to make money, because I know there's lots of people who are on this journey going to Canada, and I know there's lots of people who want to create money more remotely so they can travel while they're in Canada. So I'm just going to share how we are going to do it, what our plans are. But I'm going to do that in its own standalone video, because then I'm going to also give you the backstory of like where my experience is, what my husband does, and things like that. So today is just going to be a sit down video of our overall plan. I'm excited to let you know about all that, but I need a pillow. So also I'm going to mention that our plans change weekly, if not daily, mainly because we're very flexible. So our general plan is we're moving to Canada through spousal sponsorship, so that doesn't change. But just this big move has kind of inspired us to make even bigger moves. This is just where we are right now as of Tuesday the 31st of January. I cannot believe it's the last day of January. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's the last day of January. How time has flown. So our plans are changing weekly, if not daily, and that's why I'm introducing our weekly vlog series, which will be out every single Sunday. So please subscribe if you want to see what's kind of going on, and that's going to feature, every so often immigration updates, but lots of our packing. And also we're doing a massive declutter, and although we had already planned that we're not going to go with any furniture, we were going to go with a bunch of our clothes. But now, because of our plans, we actually, instead of going with 8 suitcases, we might just go with 4. So I'm going to explain why all in this video today. And also I thought I'd post this video just because if I post my weekly vlogs and I start talking about stuff, it's not going to make much sense. Got my laptop because I'm so new to this and I don't want to miss a point, especially because I just, took time to plan this out. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I'll give you the bigger picture, which is basically by July we are moving to Canada. It could be before that, but by latest July we're going to be there. That kind of came about because my daughter has a school trip at the end of June, and because of the thing that happened for 2 years that we can't mention, all her school trips got cancelled, her PGL ones, everything like that. It was such a shame because I did PGL and I absolutely loved it. We went to the south of France for a week and I absolutely loved it. I've been so sad that Zaza's trips have been cancelled, but we understand why. So her secondary school has planned a PGL trip, but it happens end of June. So this, when we were planning this last year, October, we were like, cool, now we have a date to move because we're open to moving anytime. With the beauty of spousal sponsorship is we can apply from within Canada or outside of Canada. So that's kind of why July became our month of moving. Before that we had considered May, just because school start in September, so we thought if we go in May we have the whole of June, whole of July to look for a house, hopefully find a house, whole of August to settle, explore our area, and then enroll Zaza, our oldest, into middle school. So that was the plan. So anywhere between May and July was a plan to move. So that's still actually one of our plans, but that is now plan B instead of plan A, and I'm gonna get into it why. So when we started sharing that with the family, my mother-in-law very kindly suggested that we could move to the Netherlands for a few months. And I absolutely love this idea. I remember ages ago when I was making my plans to move to Canada, I had hoped that we would be able to travel across the UK and Europe for a couple of months before we move to Canada, because once we're in Canada, our priority is not going to be to fly back here. I mean, I have my family here, but my parents all want to move to Canada, so they're going to be coming back and forth to Canada more than we're going to come here. And as much as I love my friends, I'm so great at keeping in contact via digital means. So we don't have like the feeling that we need to come back here often. As soon as my mother-in-law suggested that, I was like, yes, 100%, we're moving to the Netherlands for a few months. And also, one of the great things about moving to the Netherlands is we're going to sell up everything, and it's also going to allow us to have breathing space. So our current setup right now is that my husband works full-time. He works remote 60% of the time. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, but I also run my own business. I'm a content creator, and I was recently a business development consultant, but I will be focusing on helping people become content creators, editing videos, creating brand content, things like that. Not really specifically social media management, but along those lines. So that's kind of where I'm pivoting my career. So everything I do, I just work it around my family. Any responsibilities I have, I work it around my family. And whenever I get a project, I just work it around. Like right now I'm filming this, my oldest is at school and my youngest is having her nap, and she'll be napping for about 2.5 hours. So I get my work done during the day when she's awake, if she's playing nicely, in the mornings, in the evenings. I just work around my family, and I love it because it just makes me feel so happy that I'm able to do this. I feel like I'm in a very privileged position, but I'm in a privileged position because my husband also works full-time. But this also means that because my husband works full-time, it's also my job to manage the house. So, food shopping and I was gonna say cleaning, but actually my husband does the majority of that. Like I'll do the daily cleaning, but like any deep cleaning my husband does. But the pressures of the home, of the bills, everything falls on me. Like I need to know when all the bills are coming out. I need to know if there's any increase in our bills or anything like that. So that's kind of my job. It is a mental load, like having to remember all this stuff and running a business and looking after kids and making sure dinner's on the table. That's gonna sound so bad, but I do enjoy. I feel so privileged. Anyway, we're going on a tangent, but that's what works for our family. So moving out of this house and moving to the Netherlands means I don't have to think about anything house-wise. All I have to do is focus on my business and my kids. And what's great is that my mother-in-law is one of those oma's, is what we call it in Dutch, which is grandma. She's one of those oma's who's really playful and really loves being outdoors with the kids. So I know I have her support to help me with the kids while I try to get some work done, which is more than I have here because Zola is home full-time and she doesn't go to nursery. So I basically do everything around her. So it's also going to help us save a lot of money because we're not going to have the cost of the house, the bills. We're not going to have any of those costs. We're just going to be contributing towards bills and obviously food. And also we're not going to have our car. So it's really going to lower our costs, and my husband's going to continue working. And I love my mother-in-law. She's just so great. She's really fun to talk to. We're very similar personalities. So it's not a difficult decision for me. As soon as she mentioned it, she didn't even have to finish her sentence. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming. This is going to be great. So the plan is to move and be in the Netherlands for a couple months and then fly out to Canada. This also means that we're going to pull our oldest out of school. We're trying to figure out when we're going to move to the Netherlands. But once we decided we're going to do it, we thought we're going to pull her out of school, and we're not the type of people to be super precious with school. I feel my husband and I both have degrees, and my husband doesn't use his degree, and neither do I. I've got a degree in fashion design, and my husband's got a degree in mechanical engineering, but he's in data engineering and I'm in content creation. So I definitely will use my degree in the future, but we're not so precious about that stuff. I also went to college and university, and I found that college was just a much better experience for me because it felt more hands-on. I also felt like I learned so much more than I learned in uni because college was all about actually learning the process, and where university was all about what you needed to know to tick the boxes. So that is how we view education. So we feel to pull Zaza out of school, we don't feel bothered about that, but what we feel is that while we're there, we're just going to prioritize her doing project work. So this is going to be her chance to deep dive into her dad's culture. We're going to learn Dutch language, Dutch history, and my mother-in-law is really into plants, so she's going to be doing lots of lessons around plants as food and medicine, and that's really exciting too. So I'm sure we're going to be making soap, we're going to be making lots of fun things, and Zaza's just going to have a little project book where she's going to be putting down everything that she learns. And also I'm a big advocate for world schooling, homeschooling. I just feel if you've got a child who thrives on project work and is one of those people who's is interested in into a subject and they just want to deep dive, just feel that this type of schooling just works so well. And I'm that type of person too. I am definitely find a project and I deep dive into it. that's kind of what our plan is school-wise. Also, another thing that really helped us cement this was that my oldest has always been an easy child. Like, I cannot complain. Terrible twos, I didn't know her. Like, we never had any issues with Zaza, and we are starting to see some issues now that she's becoming a tween, which is totally normal. We don't feel like she's a problem child or anything, but we definitely can feel that strain in relationships. So our plan is to really slow down, pull back, and to spend time together as a family, because I feel these years are just the most important of kind of figuring out where are your influences. And we're Christians, so we just want to like help her build her identity as an individual, help her understand that she's loved, that she can make mistakes, and just kind of slow it all the way down and kind of help her see just how precious she is. Because these are the years that, I was a bad child, and these were the years that just were completely, crazy. So for us, it's a kind of time to slow down and refocus for our family. And when we started thinking in that way, we started to notice a lot of kind of issues with behavior. We have a 0% policy with lying, so it's honest all the way. We don't even do white lies. When we started to kind of notice that our oldest was lying about some things, we just felt like, I feel that people lie when they feel that they're going to get in trouble or they feel that they messed up. So we just kind of want to bring her back to understanding that she never has to lie to us, that there will never be anything that she does that's ever going to make us be like, oh my gosh, you're the worst, So, but we feel that with the full pace of our lives, and although I'm home, when she comes home, I'm cooking dinner, then we have dinner, and it's just, we have like very, very limited time with each other. So when we started thinking about all the benefits of being together and all the things, the projects that we could learn, hey, why don't we actually extend this and maybe travel a little bit longer? We thought, okay, this is actually the only time that we can do this, because Zaza will already be pulled out of school. She wouldn't have started a new school. We don't have any furniture. We don't have anything. We will at most have 8 suitcases to our names. We won't have signed up a lease. We wouldn't have started paying bills. We wouldn't have any of that. So we just thought maybe this is the time to actually really consider traveling. And of course, I don't know if I mentioned, but Zaza will not be at school, so we're not going to be pulling her out when she's already started to form those friendships. And that's really important for us, that now wherever we settle is going to be her full-time school right up until the end of secondary. That's how that became our plan A. So after all that rambling, our plan A is now is that we're still going to the Netherlands for a few months. Once we land in Canada, our plan is to purchase an RV almost immediately if we can. But what I'm going to be doing the next couple of weeks is looking online. We are going to the NEC Birmingham show in February to check out the motorhomes. I know it's going to be totally different, but it's going to give us a good idea of viewing some motorhomes, some layouts, so that when we are in Canada, we've done a lot of the homework. Yeah, so we'll be buying an RV. Moving into it, we are hoping for something like a Class A. My husband's really into a 5th wheel, so we're kind of teetering between the two. We're not going to have a small trailer, we're not going to have a camper van. We need something that's going to be basically residential, because we're going to now take that RV all the way through Canada and America. And we're planning to travel just shy of a year and then resettle into Canadian life in 2024. I'm so excited, guys. Like, I just feel like I'm living my dreams, because I had wanted to move to Canada, to America years ago, and I went to LA, and although I loved LA, I just knew it wasn't home for me. And then once I had kids, I just knew 100% like I can't deal with the issues with guns. So for me, America was quickly off the list, and obviously it's really difficult to get a visa to live there and things like that. And then we decided Canada is where we're going to live. So I just feel like I get the best of both worlds, but I absolutely love America, and I can't wait to take my kids along and see America. Yeah, so our plan would be to kind of travel, like when we first get the RV, to stay in Ontario, maybe kind of have an idea of where we actually want to settle when we come back in a year's time, view a few places, and kind of just settle into Canadian life, get our SIN numbers, get our banks sorted, all those things. Also, so we register my business there, get our healthcare sorted, all those things. And then after that, we're hoping to kind of chase the sun as much as possible. I'm going to do a whole video with our plans for what we think we're going to do and just kind of our dream plan. This has not got any figures or anything backed into it. This is just like, oh, I want to go to New York, I want to go to Florida, and I know I want to go back to California because I absolutely love it there. But I also want to go to New Orleans. I would love to go to Texas, Atlanta. There's just so many places I'd love to visit. So we just need to figure all that out and really what's possible, because I think we can only be in America for 6 months of the travel time. I have no idea, or maybe we can go in and out. I have no idea. So this is kind of what we're going to be looking at next. And yeah, and we're definitely going to be traveling through Canada as well. I want to visit Nova Scotia, Quebec, Montreal, all those places. Definitely want to go to Saskatchewan, Alberta, and all those things, but they're that way and we're going this way, so I don't know. But that's basically our plan, guys, as of the end of January 2023. This could change, but I'll do update videos on my weekly vlog, so you'll be able to see if things are changing. And then of course, once we have kind of finalized things, we will be sharing that, and we will be that RV family, which I can't believe it. It's honestly a dream come true. I am not a camping girly. I am not the type of person to be like, yeah, let's go camping, let's live in an RV. But when we went to the Netherlands a few years ago, we did go camping. And the way the Dutch do camping is actually insane. It was just, the facilities were so spot on. Like, we had places to wash your dishes, like full on kitchen kind of areas to wash dishes. We had really good bathrooms and toilets. I actually took quite a lot of videos, so I'm also going to upload that. And then I'm going to be there in a couple of months. If I can go to that same place, I will take a video for you guys. But that's why we're choosing also a Class A or a fifth wheel, because it's basically like a home away from home. We'll have our own shower, our own kitchen, things like that. But yeah, that's it, guys. This plan does rely on a lot of things, that my business picks up to my pre-COVID salary, times a bit more, hopefully, because I think my husband will be planning to take a career break. Although my husband remote works, to work on the road, it's just not what we want as a family, because also his job is a lot more, like, he'd just be working 8-hour days from an RV. What's the point? We kind of want to wake up slowly, have time together, go swimming, go biking, go hiking, do an activity in the morning, have lunch together, and I will do my content creative stuff in the afternoons, as I will do her homeschooling. Zola will do what Zola does, and my husband will just kind of be managing all that, and while I get to do the working and just focus on my content creation, because I absolutely love it, guys. This is like my dream job. I absolutely love that. I was making so much money from it before, and I'm just hoping to get back to that. That's really our plan. My baby has woken up and it has not been in 1.5 hours, so I'm gonna go check on her. Stick around, please subscribe and like, and I will be doing a part 2 with our financial breakdown of how we want to do this. And then of course I'll be doing another video about where we hope to travel, and then maybe a video on looking at RVs and kind of things that we're learning. But yeah, thank you so much, and please subscribe, please like, all those fun things. And I hope you like these videos, because I will be trying to do more update videos, and of course I'll have my weekly vlog. So see you later.